What your dog eats does not just affect their physical health, it can also really impact on their mental and emotional well-being, which can then impact their behavior and ultimately their social understanding. So getting their food choices correct will affect way more than just your bank balance. Just like as humans, a dog that receives a poor diet or a low level of nutrients will start to feel a little bit sluggish. They can feel tired and maybe actually just a little bit unmotivated to play or interact with the dogs or other people. But then on the other hand, a dog that's got excessive energy can start to behave in a overly boisterous way if their bodies are just creating more energy than they can physically burn off. So it really is a fine balancing act to find the right food for your particular dog. When looking into diets, it's also really important to feed your Labrador the correct diet for their age. That will make sure that they develop properly and remain at optimal health. A puppy will do far better on a specific puppy formula rather than just rushing straight ahead and putting them on a food that is designed for an adult or a senior dog. As your Labrador grows in size, activity levels, and then age, it's really important just to keep reviewing their diet, as you might find that you just need to make changes temporarily or on a permanent basis. But as a general guide, food brands are quite kind to us and they split their foods into three main categories. So most kibble brands will do a puppy food, an adult food, and then a senior food. So if you're feeding a young puppy, we recommend that you give that puppy 4 meals a day until they're around about 4 months of age. And those meals really should be spread out throughout the day quite evenly. So while your puppy is awake, they need to be eating at regular intervals. And when that puppy reaches around about 4 months of age, you can then reduce it down to 3 meals per day. So usually first thing in the morning, a lunchtime snack, and then an evening meal a couple of hours before bedtime. Then when your puppy reaches around about 8 months, that's when we recommend finally settling on 2 meals per day. And they can continue that for their whole life. So that's while they're all on puppy food. And then we look at changing from puppy food to adult food. So changing from puppy to adult food will very much depend on the dog. But generally speaking, for Labradors, it's usually around 12 months of age. And that's where most Labradors have completed most of their growing. And then we can look at going on to the adult food. And then there's also the specific senior food that is available from lots of different kibble suppliers. Now, it's not always essential to move your dog onto a senior specific food, but some of them do cope very well with it as they become less active and they slow down a little bit. So we always recommend just exploring it as an option when your Labrador gets to around about 8 years of age.